So when you're talking to these key individuals, trying to identify whether they have that ability to be open and flexible to change, what kind of things do you look for in people that tell you or give you the clues that this person is open to and is capable of embracing change?
Well, I like to look to see how someone went from point A to point B. How did someone grow up on a dairy farm in the Thumb from two parents who were farmers to becoming a CFO of a major corporation? You know, how did that happen? What happened in their life? Or how did they, or more importantly, how did they manage their career?
Sure.
To have ended up in this spot? It isn't luck. People say, "Oh, it was just luck, Ken." No, it wasn't. No, I'm a believer that we make our own luck.
So in this case of this person that you're describing, what kinds of things happened as they were growing up or as they were managing their career?
And when I interview people, I begin in high school. I ask them, what did you like to do in high school? What were your interests in high school? High school to me is very important because it's the time where we become ourselves, where mommy and daddy aren't quite as dominant in our lives as they were in previous years, and it's when we start to make our own decisions. And sometimes people will tell me, "Wow, I used to like so-and-so, but for some reason I have not done that in a long time." I had one person who was let go from Michigan National Bank, was very, very good at his job, was let go because of budget cuts. I asked him what he liked to do in high school. He was an artist.
And then he ended up being a banker.
And I said, "You were an artist?" He said, "Yeah, and my dad wouldn't let me go to art school. I had a full ride, but he said, you've got to learn business." So to make a long story short, he ended up starting his own business with industrial signs. He does signs for people. So he combines the artistic design of signs with his understanding of business.
Isn't that
phenomenal? And it turned out really well for him.
Isn't that phenomenal? So those characteristics that people have, those leadership qualities that you're looking for, start to exhibit themselves in high school. Probably then you would say they start to become more prominent as they begin their careers in the business world?
Well, I like to look it up. I like to think about a term called the trends of success.
The trends of success.
Yeah, so that there are certain things that people do that are throughout their life. There are trends, like the trend of being organized.
Yes.
And the trend of always being the leader, or the trend of always being creative. When interviewing for a job, you don't say, "Well, I was very organized. Here's an example," and they'll give one example. No, it's, "I did it here, I did it here, I did it here." It's unlikely that I won't do it for you as well.
So you're really looking for those patterns or those trends of success or of
Jim
leadership.
Blanchard, when he was running for the governor of Michigan, used to say, "When I was at Michigan State University, I was the president of the student body." Okay, so how old was he at that time? 20, 21 years old?
Probably.
It really doesn't make much difference when you're a governor of Michigan, when you're 45 or 55. But what he's showing is a trend of success. I have always been a leader. I was a leader when I was 21. I'm a leader today.
And we just continue to build then on those responsibilities as we get more experience.
Right, because what companies are looking for is, what is he or she going to be like working for me? What is he going to be like on the job? He's done good here, he's done good here, he's done good here, but what's he going to be like here? That's always the question. And how do we really, I mean, that's always the difficulty. Even when companies use executive search firms, they're always they're always troubled by people that don't succeed after they think that they will in the new job. So how do you do that? Well, you really look for a personality trait, a trend that comes through their life, and it's really unlikely for them. I was just talking to a client on my way over about someone that they've done it here, they've done it here. It's unlikely they'll change track. and not do it here, unless there's a life event. Unless there's divorce, there's a tragedy in the family,
Something
there's
significant.
something that really changes people. But in most cases, people are people, and if you look back to what they were like in high school, they're the same person as they are as a CFO.
So it's actually, in your experience then, in dealing with these executives, it's your experience that the past successes, the past patterns of successes that people have had are fairly accurate indicators of their future success.
I think they're critical. Yeah.
Well, critical.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
think
even
they
a
are.
more important word than.
I think they are, and I think that's the only way that you could look at things, because we were talking about the changes in business before. The job that someone is interviewing for and the environment in which he's interviewing will change. That job will not be the same, because if Mike Bills is interviewing for a position, it might be a director of corporate leadership and strategic planning, but within 6 months after taking that job, it'll be a Mike Bills job.
It really will. We do
It
put
will.
our own stamp on it.
We put our
don't
own
we?
stamp on it because we will do what makes us successful.
Sure.
We will do what we like to do.
Right.
We will
That's
do
our
what,
natural attraction.
That's right. We will do what makes us look good to the boss.
Sure.
And we will maybe pawn off the other stuff to other people. We might hire someone different to come in and do the stuff that we don't want to do.
Right.
Just like I don't like to organize my taxes every year. So I pawn that off on a tax accountant every year to do, because I don't like to do that. Some people do it themselves. But we gravitate towards what we like to do.